I was just with your V kids. I think most of them are your children. Yeah? They're crazy too. I had to do in-service with them. So anyway, they're so amazing kids. And I was just telling them, okay, how to push their parents. I taught your kids today how to push you people. Because it's very important. So I was asking them, do you know what your parents are doing here? They said, yes, they're making money for us. He said, well, they're not making money yet here, but they're learning how to make money, okay? So I told them that they have to be supportive. Because it's very important that they work with you. In fact, you have to work with them, you know, as a team. The parents has to work with their kids so they know what their parents are doing. You should talk to your children. Sometimes if you're going to be missing their birthdays, you should tell them. Well, you know, for me, birthdays and anniversaries are moving days. Right? Why? Because you're doing it for your wife, for your children as well, for your husband. So they also have to be in support where there's times that you cannot, you know, come for their birthdays or anniversaries and stuff. You could always move it. Then it's less stressful. No dramas that you're not a good father or a good mother for not being there. So you got to work with them. You also have to communicate with them. So I was telling them, when your parents are being lazy in doing presentation, right? You should wake them up. You should ask them, Baba, have you, or Daddy, or whatever they call you, Baba, have you done your presentation today? You know, you should. I was telling. So they promised Uncle Japa that they're going to follow up with their parents because this is very important. Because I know when you go back home, because you're very tired in VCon, the first thing you're going to do is sleep for a week. You should not do that. Don't do that. Yes. So that excitement, you try to carry it back with you. Anyway, there's this, you heard of Abraham Lincoln? Yeah. Abraham Lincoln, I read one of his books. He likes to communicate. And what really made him successful, because he was a very good communicator. In fact, during events, he would not spend time with the politicians. Whereas in fact, he would be with their wives. Instead of smoking cigars with the politicians, he would be with the wives, talking to them. Because by talking to them, he gets to get more information about the husbands, about life in general. Because, you know, wives, they're more holistic. They know everything, the children, the community, and all of these things. So he would hang around with the wives, okay, and pretty much communicate with them. So he came up with a module called talking. Do you know that? Talking. And he defined talking in a very beautiful definition, which pretty much encompasses the real meaning of talking. He defined talking, T-A-L-K-I-N-G. That encompasses, in fact, the responsibility when we open our mouth. When we talk, there's actually a responsibility that comes with it. So what is the responsibility of talking? Okay, you could write this down. It's a very simple module. The T in talking stands for timing. Now, you've seen these videos. Music, you've seen an orchestra, right? You know what's the most important thing? Timing. Whatever you do, in sports, timing, right? In music, it's timing, right? In relationship, it's timing. You know, you just don't come up. Like first time you meet a woman, you just don't go there and say, can you marry me? Will you marry me? Do you do that? No, you gotta find the right timing. Before that, there's a whole courting that would go on, getting to know, buying of flowers, chocolates. And the timing must be right when you open that ring, when you kneel down and propose, or else there's going to be a big embarrassment. Not just no, it's an embarrassment. Yeah, yeah. So timing, according to Abraham Lincoln, okay, and according to me, is very important. In fact, without that, we fail. In a clock, it's perfect ticking. There's only 60 seconds in a minute. Timing must be there, or else we'll be off. Even in a machine, car, you know when the car is not running right? Because the timing is bad. So we do that a lot of time. When you do presentation, when you open your mouth and talk, and you don't have the right timing, you fail. You understand it? Now, how do I find timing? Right? That's something I cannot teach. See? You gotta learn it. You know what I mean? You gotta practice. Just like, in music, in playing the guitar, whatever instrument, timing cannot really be taught. You gotta feel it. You gotta be more sensitive to be able to find the right time. But in presentation, in talking, if you want to do, presentation, it's not the right time to present to someone who's just going to get married or in a funeral. You know what I mean? Or you come to an event, you tell them, oh, I'm having a party, then you do a presentation. People don't know. It's an ambush. You know what I mean? We don't do that as networkers. So you gotta find the right time. You set them up until they give you that time, that opportunity where you could perfectly do your presentation. You understand? So timing is that letter T. I'll be very short. The A stands for appreciation, or you appreciate now. A lot of people, when they first hear about our business, okay, the first tendency is to say no, because they have objections. They're afraid. They don't know. You're trying to get money from them. You're selling them a product. Their first instance response is to say no. And by saying no, they give you different objections. See? Now, most of us, we fight people when they object. You know, when somebody resists, you also try to convince them right away. But appreciation in talking is being able to understand, okay, look into why is this person saying no? Why is he saying no? Is it because he's afraid? Has he had bad experience in network marketing? You gotta understand that by simply asking more questions. Why is he saying no? So they would say, oh, because this is a pyramid, blah, 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 you know what I mean? So appreciation means that you have to learn through your talk to actually be in their shoe. What's the challenges they're having? So instead of taking an opposite side, instead of saying, no, you don't understand, this is not a pyramid, instead of defending, you just sit beside them and say, hey, I appreciate your concern. I had that exact same concern. When I joined this business, I had the same exact concern. If you have the answer, give it to them. So you're with them. Okay, this is the concern, you're here. You're beside them, looking at the concern, looking at the challenges beside them. It's not like, he's there, he's the challenge, and I'm his challenge. No, you have to be on that same shoe. Then you will see he would appreciate you more. Why? Because he knows you're appreciating him. He knows that your concern is with him as well. And you could find all of this from simply talking. So that A stands for, according to Abraham Lincoln, and according to Mr. Job, that stands for appreciation. Okay? Just like you sit here, I try to appreciate in terms of your concern and, okay, what can I possibly share with you and stuff. That all goes on while I'm talking. Okay? What's the next letter? L, which is listening. Now, can you actually talk? Can you listen while you're talking? Yes. I listen while I talk. How do I listen while I talk? By observing your body behavior, your body language. You know, sometimes when you're talking to someone, they keep on looking at their watch. What are they saying? They're rushing, yeah. You see sometimes they're, huh? Or they're not interested. Anyway, they're looking at their watch or there's a bit. Now, are you listening? When they're doing this, are you actually listening? Or are you just concerned doing your presentation? You gotta do it. You gotta finish it. You prepared a 1-hour one. And the guy is getting impatient. Are you listening to the impatience? Are you listening to his body language? You have to be effective. You cannot just go, no, wait. I have to finish. I have 1 hour. We're not yet in the plan. No, you gotta adjust. So listening is also before you even meet the person. You should try to get more of a background of that person. So that when you present, when you do your presentation, which actually means to give a present, you already tailored it according to that person's needs. You have to tailor it. You know, tailor, like you fix it for him. Like if I have to give someone a present, I try to get a background of what kind of person he is. Is he into soccer? I'll probably give him a soccer ball, right? And if I'm gonna wrap it, if he's a man, I'll wrap it with blue or whatever. I won't wrap it in pink or something that would, you know what I mean? It has to fit. You tailor it. So when you give a gift, the first important thing when you give a gift to someone is that, who is that person? What kind of person is it? What can I possibly give him that he would appreciate? So that is, you find that out before you present, when you talk. And that's the reason it's important to be observing, to be more observant. You know, they did this, there's some psychologists, they did a survey or research. They sent 5 people in different flights, 5-hour flight. And all of these people, all they have to do is actually sit down there and not give any information about their name, where they live, what they do. They just sit down and talk to someone beside them on the plane for 5 hours. But you're not meant to speak. Meaning you don't divulge who you are, what's your name, what you do, right? What your profession is. You simply need to chat with someone for 5 hours. So that's the task of these people. Okay? So after the 5 hours flight, all of the passengers beside these 5 people were interviewed after the plane landed. They were asked, how was the passenger sitting right beside you? How was he? And all of their answer was that, oh, he's such an amazing person. He's such a good listener. You know, and so the interviewer would ask, oh, what's his name? You wouldn't know the name. All right, oh, where does he live? They wouldn't know because they were not divulged the information. Oh, what does he do? They don't know. But as far as they were concerned, he was the greatest person they've ever talked to. Is that you? And all they did was what? Listen. Now, most of us, and this is where you have to control yourself. Okay, everyone, they love to talk about themselves. So instead of you doing presentation, you end up just talking so much and you don't get to know about the person. And you lose. Because it's more important for us, for you, to get to know about the person you're going to be doing presentation. Why? Because you would know every angle, every key, every button to push. You know what I'm saying? And you do that while talking. So before, you think talking was just opening up your mouth. No. Talking is timing. Talking is learning how to appreciate. Talking is listening. Not here, but listening from here. Listening through your eyes, right? Being very observant, right? Being very concerned if the person is comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That comes all from T-A-L, listening. So this is a deeper philosophical explanation on what it means to talk. So when I talk to people, I go deeper than just blah, 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 and forgetting what I've taught. That's why you don't really need a script. Do you need a script to talk to someone? No, you don't. Why? Because how would you know who you're going to be talking to? You don't know who you're going to be talking to. You mean you just have one script for everyone? You have one note for everyone? No. Everyone is a different planet. Everyone is a different planet you land to. Different language. You may sometimes think you speak the same language, but no. You might be speaking English or Egyptian or whatever, even the same language. That person has a whole different interpretation of even the language you speak. His feeling, the way they were brought up, their religion background. There's many filters there that blacks that, how they perceive network marketing, what they heard negative about network marketing. There's a lot of barriers there that we had to break one by one to actually reach the very person that we need to talk to. Sometimes you have to like swim over these different barriers, the different fronts they put in. Because people love putting fronts. You know that? People like to put fronts. So we go break barriers in network marketing. So we don't have barriers. We cannot have barriers. Like today, it's easier to talk to you because your barriers have been broken down somehow. So what's the next one? K. Is it K? K. K is knowledge. So, talking without knowledge, you're shooting blank bullets. People would know. You won't be effective. Why? You're shooting. Because when you talk, you shoot. Right? What do you shoot with? The piercing, the knowledge must be effective. You must know about your product, know about your company. You must know about the principles of network marketing. Not only that, on top of all of that, you got to know who you're talking to. Their strengths, their weaknesses. You know what I mean? Their needs, especially. You got to know all of that, so then you'll be very effective in your presentation. When you talk, you got to be very effective. The more knowledge you have, the more ammunition you have to shoot. Shooting blank bullets would never be effective. So sometimes you see people, they just talk, but you say it's shallow. There's nothing. Like they talk for hours. They talked a lot. They said a lot of things, but there's nothing. Why? Because they really don't know what they're talking about. And you know they don't know what they're talking about because it's not convincing. They don't convince you because there's nothing. It's just hollow. So this is part of the responsibility of talking. Timing, appreciation. You must learn how to listen, and you must have knowledge. And I stands for what? Integrity. You know what integrity is? Integrity. You know why people come up with business cards? Because they want to establish credibility. They want to establish integrity. Here's my card, here's my phone number, this is where I live, you can check me out, this is my company, I'm with this person. They want to know whether you're a scam or not, they'll check. They'll Google your name, you know what I mean? And they'll see what's there. So our integrity in network marketing is very, very important. And integrity is not something, you cannot buy it. Now, if you're a person that does not have a word of honor, you always break your promises, you're always late, you know, you borrow money, you don't pay, you have a terrible reputation, okay? Then you need to clean it. Why? Imagine going back to your town and networking, and you have people that you borrowed money from that you've never paid for some reason. So when you go there, before you could even sign up, the people there, you already have people also going around campaigning, be careful with Kumar, with this guy, because you know he borrowed money from me, he never paid me, he lies, he does this and whatever. Then your networking goes against, it's going to be a struggle. That's why I remember in the early days, VJ, with some of our networkers, when he found out some had bad debts, he immediately had them do a debt reconciliation. He had them clean their debts, because we're going to be networking in that town. He didn't want he didn't want his networkers to have some bad reputation on debts and stuff, because it becomes a struggle for you to build. So in your building, when you go back, I mean, I'm sure you would have, when I say debts, I'm talking about bad debts, meaning debts you just totally forgotten about or you never cared paying, right? Go back to these people and tell them you have a business right now and promise that you're going to pay them back. It's going to be good for you. Because you don't want to be doing that. You don't want anybody doing that to you. Right? Networking is built upon good integrity. Without integrity, what would we have? That's why, and the reason I'm going to tell you this, because see, it's very important. What kills QNet? What kills QNet? What would kill QNet? Is your bad integrity. When you break rules or principles of network marketing, when you don't totally care, your main focus is just earning money by any whatever means, making false promises is bad integrity. Oh, just sign in, right? You could sleep all your life, I'll build for you. Just sign in, all right? I'll build your left side or right side. All of those dog shit that you promise people that you would never be able to deliver is bad integrity. And it kills the company. Because people, that's what you taught them. So they come back and they expect from you. What happened? You told me sign up and I'll be getting $10,000. What happened to that? So don't make bad promises. So a part of presentation, part of talking, is having good integrity. So if you don't have good integrity today, it will be a challenge. So fix it. And if your integrity is very good today, maintain it and continue to maintain it, because leadership is all about having good integrity. It must be your foundation. Are we clear on this? What's our next? N. N stands for needs. What do everyone needs? We have needs. So while talking, find out what your person needs. What do they need? Because once you know that, you fill it up. Then you have them. All right? When in the early days, VJ saw what I needed. And that's what he talked about. He didn't talk about signing me up. He didn't talk about any other thing. He didn't even show me presentation. And I'll tell you today, and I always keep on repeating today, I've never seen VJ do presentation. In terms of what I thought was presentation was, but he does presentation every day. In a different way. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying you have to follow that because he's got his different style. But he did. He presented to me, and what he presented to me is what I needed. That's what you should present to people, is what they need. Do they need a bio-disc? I don't know. Do they need a cheap pendant? So you have to be very clear. You have to know what people need. So you offer them need, then you hook them. You understand? Now, it's not a negative thing. Because that's what networkers do. Basically, we find, okay, it's not signing you up for my pocket, but it's like, how can I actually help you? What do you need? I have to find out. Now, what do most people need? Do we have something that most people need? Do we have an opportunity that most people would need? Huh? Have you met anyone? Have you met anyone in this planet that would not need the opportunity we're offering? Huh? Everyone needs this opportunity. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm still here. While we live in this world, we need this type of opportunity, this type of vehicle that pretty much will be able to give us access to, financial freedom. You understand? So it is a great need. So what are you offering people? It's the greatest opportunity in the planet. And I still believe that network marketing is still the greatest opportunity in the planet. So you have something so special. So don't be embarrassed about offering it to anyone. Now, it's just a question of how you present it, how you package it, how you time it. If you're failing, if people are rejecting what you're offering, what are you offering? So they don't see. Probably they're thinking what you're offering is a crap. They're thinking you're offering something that's awful. That's why they're rejecting it. That's why they're not receptive. So you got to learn how to break all the barriers and show them that what you're offering them is something so amazing, is the greatest opportunity of a lifetime. And you must believe that, or else then they won't see it. If you don't believe it, how would you be able to present it? So that takes place. That must take place in the whole process of talking and doing presentation. That must take place within that 5 minutes, within that 10 minutes, within that 1 hour, within that time you have. And every time you come back for follow-up, you must always be stating that. Your timing must be there. Your appreciation must always be there. Okay? You constantly listen. Okay? Knowledge, you constantly gain knowledge. That's why we're here today. We're here in the last VCon, the last few days, is we're acquiring knowledge because you need that as your tools. Okay? Integrity, you must build, right? From queuing, from all these things, that simple things that you already know that we need to be doing as human beings must be done. There's no separation between your life, personal life, and your network marketing life. You cannot separate that. It's not like, okay, as a networker, I'll be a kind, caring person, and when I'm not networking, I'll just be an asshole. You cannot do that. You gotta be the same person. inside and outside, inside your home, while networking with anybody, consistency must be there. I see sometimes the way you walk, the way you queue, the way I heard people fighting over seats and punching women and this crazy stuff. This is just unacceptable as a networker. So we got to upgrade ourselves. Leadership is a serious thing. You want to lead people, it's a serious business, and we got to start now, today. So when you go home, you actually be that leader that you want to follow. You must be that leader you want to follow. So where are we? G. Giving. G stands for giving. Not giving money, but giving refers to giving time. Giving means concern. If I sum up everything, you know, this whole VCon, if I sum up in one word how we could be successful, how we could be good, how we could be a good leader, how we could do good presentation, how we could be pretty much good and successful, I only have one word. All we need to do is care. When you care, everything would just open up in front of you. When you care for someone, everything opens up. You know, just like a mother, firstborn child, people think she won't be able to take care of it. Why? Because it's just first. I mean, your mother would say, oh, you can't take care of this child. No, I won't. You cannot believe that. Why? Because this person, because she cares for their baby, she would learn, she would know, she would be the perfect mother for that person if she would only care. That's really the difference. The difference between a good mother and a bad mother is that one cares and the other does not care. So what separates a good networker from a non-good networker is that word, care. Now, caring is something I cannot teach you. It's already there. It's already there. So you just remember this word, care. I have to care. I have to care for everything. If I care for someone, I'll be there on time. I won't let you wait. If I care for someone, I'll be there for you during times of challenges. I'll be there. You know that song? I'll be there for you. It means caring, expressing. So the greatest care you could give someone, care is the greatest gift you could give someone. Caring is the greatest gift you could give someone. So in talking, that must be there. If you actually care for someone, when you speak to them, when you talk to them, you're giving them that. You're giving them the concern, what they need, not financial. Financial is the worst thing to give to someone. You're just crippling them. No, give them the care. Give them the time. Give them the knowledge they need. And that's what talking is all about. I wish you all the best in your challenges. I wish you to all fail and constantly fail, because by failing you will be very successful. Okay? So, you know, if people hear me, that guy is weird. Why is he wishing people to fail? We should not be afraid to fail. Failing we must embrace. We should not be afraid to fail, because failing makes us successful. We're the biggest failure. The biggest failure is the biggest successful person. Datu failed a lot. I fail. Every day I fail. But we get up. We hold, we stand, we get up. We, you know, like Rocky Balboa, you get punched, right? how much punches, how many punches you could actually take, because the world is full of it. And that's what makes life so exciting. I would just tell you that do not fear again, because see, the challenge, especially in India, we're having challenges right now, okay? And we're not hiding it, we're having challenges in India right now. We don't know what those people, politicians, want, okay? Basically, they're just suppressing you. They're taking away your rice bowl, or your chapati bowl, whatever you're into eating, your dosa bowl, your sambar. They're taking it away from you. They're taking it away. And you're just gonna give it without a fight? In the Philippines, we say rice bowl because we love eating rice. We fight. We kill for our rice because this very rice is what's going to feed your kids. This very rice is what you're going to be feeding your wife, your children, your mother, everyone. You know, when I speak of rice bowl, it's your right to live in this world. You have that right. But see, that rice bowl does not just come easy. People would take it away from you. Your government would take it away from you. Other people would take it away from you. So what are we doing in QNet? We're actually teaching each and every one of you to fight for that rice bowl. Because it's just bigger. It's bigger than your rice bowl. This rice bowl has pretty much a lot of things in it. It's got your house, it's got your car, it's got everything that you need to live this life. Why do we have to accept poverty? Poverty is of the past. Our government, some politician, they try to control people and they just want them to remain in poverty. Why? So that they could have control. That's why in the early days, they don't want people to be educated. The women, they don't want women to be educated. This was all political control. Now we're tired of this. It's no longer just one country. We're just one world. And this is the fight. Really, you talk about war. Our war is fighting for our right to live in this planet. So this is what we're teaching in QNet. So you gotta be with us. See? You gotta be with us on this one. Because we're not just fighting for ourselves. We're fighting for everyone. You're fighting. You gotta fight with us. Because we have one common enemy. We have one common enemy. And that is anyone who would try to steal our dreams from us. Dreams of our children. Dreams of our, everyone that we love. Even dreams of our neighbor. When you see someone trying to discourage being negative over someone, you gotta fight. You gotta stand for that. Because if you just accept that, then it creeps into you. You start thinking, oh, can't be done. I just do the 9-to-5 work. This is what I'm worth. I'm just worth, what? 10,000 rupee or 15,000 rupee or whatever currency. That's not what you're worth. You're priceless. Each and every one of you, you are priceless. Now, until you see this, until you accept this, okay, you would be the biggest failure. And that we cannot do anything. We cannot help you if you think that way. So empowerment comes. In VCon, we empower ourselves. We empower ourselves to be great leaders. And great leaders are not the people on top. It's not being on top and stepping on people. I was interviewed yesterday. They were asking me, Japa, what's the best experience of you having as a leader, looking from top, everyone below? I said, no, that's not my perception. I perceive from below looking up. Because every person, I'm not on top. A leader is always below, perceiving people, pushing people to move up. You know, like the turtle. You've seen the turtle? When they go up, they push their brothers moving up. That is a leader, not the crab type. You know, the crab, they pull people down because they want to be on top. You want to be on top, you'll end up pulling people down. But if you are in the bottom, you push people up, that's where you become successful. That is real success. When you're there, that's why you find the in-service, which again, I have to thank all the in-service. The in-service, you know, you may be thinking, oh, this in-service, they're nobody. No, they're not nobody. I know how much those in-service are making. Okay, every week, they're maxing out. But see, they're opening doors, they're making coffee and all of these things. Hey, you're mistaken. Okay, they're one of the greatest leaders we have in QNet. Okay, and the reason they're doing that, because they have the same perception of leadership from bottom up. They push their downlines up. They want you to be recognized, right? They want you to have the experience of a lifetime sitting in front while they're there, not sleeping, sacrificing for you. So everyone, I want you to give a big, big warm of thanks to the in-service, to the V, to the corporate people of QNet, and of course, our biggest thanks is to Chief Patman Sinatiraja. I mean, every year he delivers the best ever VCon. And that is just like my hats off to this person. You know, he has grown so much. Like, I can't thank him. Me and Dato Vijay are so much indebted with this kid. I still call him a kid because when I met him, he was only 21 years old. Now I think he's turning 50 soon, like me. But, you know, he's an amazing person, and without him, without his leadership, we would not have the V. So everyone, again, for Patman Sinatiraja. Thank you so much, Patman. Thank you so much, the V. Thank you, AVP. Thank you to Dato Vijay. And thank you very much to everyone who made this V very, very successful. Thank you so much for attending. I hope to see your faces again soon. Thank you so much.